Alright, so yeah, the Genshin community is so annoying. Just a bunch of snowflakes spreading their salt everywhere. So you don't need to comment that you'd prefer your build with just like 200 crit damage and maybe 70% crit rate, 60% crit rate compared to my 300% crit damage Ayaka with a 4-piece Blizzard Slayer and Cryo Resonance and Abyss crit rate buffs. Well, uh, I mean, you build your own. I have a build like that. If I wanted to, I could have like 70-200 plus ratio. But it's boring, you know. Sticking to the same build is boring. That's why I make my own goals. I try to make a 300% crit damage Ayaka work. I try to make a 270% crit damage Hu Tao work, and she crits and Hu Tao crits most of the time. For me, well, my luck is not the same with you, so we're different. We are not the same. I'm a very lucky person. Even though my crit rate is like 50 or 60 or 40, I crit a lot because I'm lucky. So 70%, you don't need more than 70% crit rate. That's only for very unlucky people. If you're a very, very unlucky player and you don't know how to build around crit rate. The crit rate is not just what the character stat is, the single character's crit rate. No. No. It also depends on the team comp. So I don't resin refresh. For example, I never resin refresh my Mono Ito Geo team. My Ito is only 45% crit rate, 1 to 170% crit damage. But I don't mind even though he has 45% crit rate because I have the Geo Traveler. When the Geo Traveler bursts, the crit rate is increased. Ito's crit rate is increased. Now he's above 50%, maybe 55, around that. And hello, the Abyss has buff that increases crit rate. But even then, if I just use Ito with and the Geo Traveler's buff, and it's like 55% or 60 crit rate, he crits more often for me. Well, that's just for me. We are not the same. I'm very lucky. My characters crit more often. My win ratio with the 50-50 is around 70% crit rate. Crit rate. I mean 70% win rate with the 50-50. I'm very lucky. I have a C2D look. I'm very lucky. I have a C4 Raiden. I got when first I just got the C2 Raiden just by 9,000 Primo Gems. And when the rerun came around, 10,000 Primo Gems, I got C4 Raiden. So we are not the same. You do you, so you don't need to spread your salt everywhere because I'm not asking for your approval when I make like out of the box goals. You do you, you know. If that's what you have, you don't need to argue. I'm not asking permission. I don't care. Nobody cares. I'm just sharing some new stuff, breaking the limit. But if you want to stay mediocre or whatever, but I like to see big PP damage, big damage, and try to experiment with builds and try to break the limits and how far I can push my crit ratios and my luck, my own personal luck. If you're unlucky, it's not my problem. Example, so I have a free-to-play Eula. I never rest and refresh, but my ratio is only like around same with Ito, like 45% crit rate and then maybe 198% crit damage. But I don't care if it's less than 50, it's 40 plus because, well, I have a Rosaria with Jade Spear. So if you don't know, other characters can buff crit rate, not just damage or whatever. So as you can see, Rosaria here, right here, Rosaria buffs my Eula's crit rate on my second account. So I think my Eula's getting more crit rate when they're teamed up, along with the cryo resonance. So how much more crit rate do you? How much more crit rate do you need? That's all I need. I'm very lucky. We are not the same. My Eula crits more often than yours, with the same amount of crit rate. So yeah, so that's it. And well, if you don't know how to use your surroundings, if you don't know how to mind your surroundings, the situation, the abyss buffs, if you don't know how to use team buffs, if you don't know how to build, and that's all you can build, it's fine, you know. But me, I want to see like 300% crit damage characters. I'm bored with with the usual 1 to 2 ratio builds. I'm bored with that. I want to have fun. I want to experiment. That's why I don't get burned out. I don't complain about burned out like you people every day. You complain about burnout every day with Genshin because you stick with the same ratios. 1 to 2 year ratios. You see the same numbers, consistent but small numbers, boring. I try to push the limit. I come up with a lot of different team comps, builds, and unorthodox ratios. So you do you. So I don't care.